find anything else we need to do. Keep this on the roller. Probably work fine. So if mulching doesn't work, we'll just put... if mulching doesn't work, let's go put the mulching rollers on this first. Where's the roller? It's in good condition. Customize mulching roller. Now the thing is, I've already paid for all of the discs on this, except the grass roller. So it doesn't matter. It won't. It doesn't cost us anything to change the rollers over. Alrighty, let's get down to the field, see if it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. But would be nice to improve the yield on the maize when we get it planted, if possible. That's all this is. And if, yeah. Mulching and rolling doesn't add a significant amount to yield, but when you're talking million litres of maize, 50,000 is still a good chunk of money at the end of the day. So here we are, let's get that unfolded. Lower it down and see what happens. I'm getting a mulching result. Okay, let's look at the thing. So first things first, I want grass turned on. Where's our field? Our field's up here. And ooh, that's green. Don't know what that means. What's important is it is mulching. Okay, that's good. So I will raise that. And I don't think, yeah, Courseplay is not going to play fair. So back to the Courseplay create job. Open Courseplay generator, 2.3 meters. We'll drop that down to 2.1. Field center up and down, automatic. Number of headlands, 2. Do round edges. That'll mean the middle gets done. We can come back and do the rest of it later. Did we say field down on headland? Start work on headland. 2 headlands. Generate. Alright. And this is going to be one of those. It's not going to take us long to get this job done. And that's because it's a very, very short task. Okay, 15 minutes still left on that. New Holland is 10 minutes. Let's move the camera, see what's going on. Hold on. What are you doing? You're on the nearest waypoint. Stop. First waypoint, go. You're going to figure out where you need to go to get back to it. And you're going to fold up your doodad. Okay, we will watch this guy for a couple of minutes, make sure he gets back on task. So yeah, what we're doing on this farm is you can get maize. Let's go to planting. We can plant maize this month, corn. We can harvest it in October, but we can forage it around about August, September time. It's ready to be foraged. Maize is a huge income source because it is very, very high yield compared with grass. So I do maize for the May to August or May to September, whatever it works out at, run. As soon as we forage the maize, we can go back to planting grass. We'll get a cut of grass in November, we get a cut of grass in May, and then we put maize back in. It yields more money than just leaving the grass in. So all we're doing here is we're now prepping this field for maize rather than keep it with grass. And this guy here, unfold. So it's kind of maximizing your income by doing a certain thing, you know, doing it that way. It entails, there is more work. You are in a big rush to get the grass cut. You are in a big rush to get your maize cut. But the dividends pay off from income. I can clear that. So, and apart from that, it's just a matter of figuring out what you can and can't do without ploughing up the field. I'm using a direct planter for the maize. I'm using a direct drill for the grass, so I don't have to cultivate the ground. So that's one stage of work that I can skip. But I do have to get the grass cleared off the fields I want to plant maize in. This field I'm currently in, this is a permanent grass field. I'm not bothering switching this to maize. But the other 3 fields are technically arable fields, but I'm making the most of them by planting grass kind of as a cover crop for winter. It's something that some farmers will do. It's what oilseed radish in Farming Simulator is meant to emulate, is you plant oilseed radish for the winter, and it protects the ground. It stops it getting washed away by snow or rain. Some farmers I know will put barley in and have a winter barley crop, which they can harvest come spring. Normally just, again, forage it to feed their cows or whatever. But you don't want naked dirt in your fields for too long. That's not a thing you want sitting around, because then, you know, depending on the slope on the field, these are not too bad, they're flat, but heavy rainstorm can wash away your good soil, and you don't want that in real life. So we kind of plant grass, so there's a root in the ground holding the soil in place, and we can add to our yields. Now I've got 2 bunkers over there, so that I can do maize and grass at the same time. Okay, these 3 fields here are the last 3. I'm not going to start this yet. How are we doing on diesel? Diesel's fine. Okay, just park that there. And he is already on the headland. Now he's got about 4 headlands to go, so he's going to be a while. Engine, engage. I didn't raise the pickup, so we can just keep going here. See, you'll notice we are in year 4. I've been working at this for 4 years to come up with the idea. Last year was the first year we did maize and grass intentionally. Prior to that, I think I'd just done maize, but I'm using precision farming. With precision farming, you don't get a benefit from using oilseed radish. So yeah, I could throw oilseed radish in because it's a realistic thing to do to protect the fields, but grass works better because I get, you know, it's a functional crop that you can earn income from. Whether you mow it and bale it for hay, or whether you create silage out of it. The other thing I'm not doing on this farm is bales. I'll bale contracts, but I will not bale my own stuff because I found issues with some of the mods I run, and bales, it just ends up very messy, so I just don't bother. Which hence the loading wagon and the forage cart to create maize silage and grass silage. Yeah, I'm using bunkers rather than balers, and it. Oh, we're done. We're fine. Obviously, it is a more laborious task to do it this way. If you do. If I was using a baler, I could just stick the baler on follow me and have the baler follow the mower around and end up with a lot of bales on the field. But then I have to let them sit around for a month fermenting, and they could bug out on me, and that's not a good deal. So we have the big giant Zerion 3000 as our haulage and planting tractor, because nothing else we have is big enough to do this job, especially not with the size of trailer that we have. And then the Axion's a heavy tractor that has GPS that does a lot of the other tasks. It used to be our main fieldwork tractor, but that's been supplanted by this thing. Massey Ferguson's fitted out with crop sensors, so that does most of the fertilization. And then the little blue New Holland is just something cheap and easy to maintain that can do the super light jobs. So things like rolling and tedding and stuff like that. Now I might look at getting a self-propelled sprayer at some point, because that's a good thing. They go. What I've just, you know, it's there's sort of an argument. Do I want a self-propelled vehicle to do a thing? Because a self-propelled vehicle can only do that one thing. So if you get a forage harvester, it can only do foraging. If you do a regular harvester, it can only do harvesting. If I get a tractor, it can do all of the tasks. So fertilization, if I spend $250,000 on a self-propelled sprayer, the only job that thing can do is spray. Whereas if I spend $150,000 on a tractor and $50,000 on a sprayer, one, I've saved money, and two, I can still use that tractor for other tasks on the farm. But self-propelled sprayer can spray faster than a tractor-hauled sprayer does, so it takes less time to do a thing. That's why we've got the self-propelled mower. Before that, I was running a heavy tractor, because to run that many mower heads, you need something with over 200 horsepower. So heavy tractor just to do all the mowing, and it's a lot slower than the BigM. So I can get my fields mown. I can mow more fields. I can go out there and mow. We've mown four big fields before midday, and I'm playing at ×3 rate. with a big tractor and the mower set, it pretty much took me all day to mow those 4 fields. So self-propelled is definitely, I think, the way to go if you can afford it. So we're definitely going that path. Self-propelled sprayer, I mean, even the self-propelled baler is faster than a hauled baler, but I'm not doing much in the way of baling on this series, so I don't need a self-propelled baler. And it was only last fall we actually got our first arable crop harvested. Up until now we've been a purely silage farm, which, if you know the Glenleathann map, is quite useful because the sell points are, there's 2 down there and 1 up that farm track. So we are ideally placed to do silage and get it sold off quick. Don't have to travel half the map. Made that mistake before where, the BGA is on the opposite side of the map and it takes you 10 minutes to drive there and back. This one, not so much. And I've got a big trailer. This is 50,000 litres. My regular forage collection trailer, when I'm using the forage harvester, is 52,000 litres. However, depending what we're foraging, it can't, or depending what silage we've made, it can't actually fill to capacity. It only fills by weight. Anyway, that's another one done. So I think that's our 4th cart of the field that we're mulching plus this field, and as soon as the mulch is finished, it's going to have to wait for me to finish this, but I can get the Massey Ferguson attached to the spreader, load it with lime and go and lime that field that we just mulched. Not a big deal. So who's finished? 2 minutes. Oh, everybody's going to finish in a minute or 2. This is one of the most frustrating parts of this. I used to have an pair of open-ended silos, and I put in the closed back silos. They're easier to fill up and not lose too much product in the process. Oops. Probably not wise to back up. What am I doing? I am going to fill this up. Okay. So that's done. Oh, it's 12:08. Okay. I need to jump out of here. That's actually 41 litres. Okay, so not bad. That's just over 4 loads for this. Refill loading wagon. We will do that. So that's good. We'll turn that off. We will go check on our field markers. So that should be fully mulched. Let's do a check. Needs rolling. No, it doesn't need rolling. So fully mulched. It hasn't done the corner. I can do the corners. And then we'll call that one good. So engine on, unfold. Course play. Clear the course. Oh yes, yes. That can't remember if it gives you about 5% or 10% boost in yield, but still. If it's cheap enough, I want to do it. One of the reasons I have a roller and I'm mulching and rolling like crazy is because this came up in the store sale. So I got it at half price. Normally, if you're starting a farm, I would not suggest you need to be mulching and rolling everything. Another problem I've got with this map, or not a problem, but it uses a different texture for grain crops, and so when you're collecting straw bales or even just driving around unloading the harvester, you're killing the what are they called, the bits of matter that you would normally mulch, so you actually lose out on mulching on this map. So I don't get a good mulch cover on maize, barley, oats, that sort of thing. But grass, yeah, we're mulching this 100%. You can actually see that if I go to other fields. Let's see, that one got mulched, that one didn't. That one's got weeds on. Oh, I need to go and deal with that. Let's take off the needs plan. Yeah, so this one you'll see where I drove up and down harvesting and collecting stuff from the harvester. We got a lot of dead stubble. So the efficacy of mulching the ground isn't that great, but there's always a little bit of a benefit to doing it. So, but because this thing costs so much money, you get a bigger impact from buying a sprayer or a spreader and spreading fertilizer than you do mulching or rolling. Which is why when you're starting out, unless your starting equipment gives you a roller, it shouldn't be one of the things that you look, I've got to get one right now. As the farm gets bigger, the benefit of rolling every field increases. So I get, it's 2% extra yield, but 2% on 10 acres is quite a big thing. 2% on a 2-acre farm, not so big. Yeah, additive will give you something, but if you've got a forage wagon that doesn't accept additive, then that doesn't help. And if you are using balers, typically most of the balers, well, most of the in-game balers don't support silage additive either. I think there's 1 or 2 mods that do. But it's identifying what you can get from doing a thing and how much is it going to cost you to do it. And if it's going to cost too much, if you could do something else for less that gives you a better benefit, then do the thing you can do for less. That's all I'm saying there. But once you get to the point where, I've got 50,000 sitting in the bank, I'm going to need some of that to buy seed for the maize. But it really is, I don't have to spend much more in the way of money. I've got a good supply of fertilizer at the farm. I don't think I've got a good supply of lime though. Okay, he's done. Class Axion has... Oh, he's blocked. We need to go see what his problem is. Pull this alongside here. So I can't do this field until I've picked up the last of the grass. So I can park that there. Axion, where are you? Why are you blocked? Are you trying to reverse back? Okay. Let's put you first waypoint, nearest waypoint. Go. Go. There we go. So unfortunately he's been sat around for ages, getting paid for sitting in his tractor going, I don't know what I'm doing. So part of the problem I'm having here is I think he wanted to back up further into the hedgerow before he started doing this row, and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. So that's unfortunate. Again, this is a contract, so I don't really have to complete it. It's probably done, truth be told. We'll let it go. Okay, weather says it's going to cloud over. But I think we're good for the day. So that's fine. What's for grain and grass? Rolling. Yes, you basically, for rolling, you plant the seed, then you roll it. And you roll it before the seed germinates. So, what's the easiest way to do it? I can jump out of this tractor. Okay. So this field needs rolling. Once I put seed into it, I'll roll it and it'll be done. Can I jump over the hedge yet? No. I'm just gonna have to run to the end. Okay, the field to my right was a late planting. I planted that in April. With oats, no, 94 I planted with oats in April. So you'll see this field is covered in weeds, which I have to deal with before May 4, or there'll be big flowery weeds and I won't be able to deal with them. This one, I rolled it last month. If you wait till this point and try and roll it, you'll kill all the crop. So you have to plant and roll it before the month turns over. So I planted this in April. I had to roll it before May 1. I'm playing a 4-day month. So I've got 4 days to do all my things in a month. But when we come to doing the maize in the other fields, I've got May 1, 2, 3, 4 to get it planted, to get it rolled and everything else. So that's kind of where we